Hey, welcome on in, guys. Tobin here with you, and thanks for checking out the channel. Hope everybody's doing fantastic there. If you guys could subscribe, that'd be cool. Hit the like button, comment, whatever you got going on. Appreciate you guys checking out the channel. If you guys want to watch Tobin and Leroy, that is on the QAM YouTube channel. And we gave Frog Boy the business today over Drew Smith. So I recommend you guys check. I'll put the episode in the link. You guys can go check it out. All Heat Nation, go check out our banter on that. But big news that hit after the show today was Tyler Herro was named Eastern Conference Player of the Week. Well-deserved. Tyler Herro alongside Luka Doncic, who I believe it was a few years ago. Was it not on the Jeremy Tachey's podcast where he told him, he's like, same conversation. And that one definitely got a lot of buzz that he had to go. It was him and Trae Young. And I'll tell you right now, if you called up the Hawks tomorrow, let's just say Pat Riley was drunk as hell and offered Tyler Herro for Trae Young, I don't know how fast Trae Young would be on the Miami Heat, but it would be fast. And Luka's obviously Luka. I mean, like, he's one of the best dudes in the league. But Tyler Herro's been playing absolutely outstanding. And Herro, this was from the release. Herro helped Miami to a 3-1 record with wins over Phoenix, LA, the LA Lakers, and Cleveland, averaging 25.3 points, 6 rebounds, and 5.5 assists while shooting 50.7% from the field and 43.6% from three-point range and 87.5% from the foul line. He was the only player in the entire NBA to post at least those averages and shoot those percentages for the week. He was also the game high scorer in 2 of the 4 contests for the Heat, and 3 points and in assists, steals, and minutes once each. So, hey man, this has been an absolutely tremendous year. We've been talking about it. Bam Adebayo said this is his moment right now. It's hard to argue. He has been just friggin' tremendous. In my mind, is solidifying an all-star season. I was kind of running through it today because I was I didn't want to just be a Heat homer. That's a lie. I totally do. But I tried to say, I'm like, all right, who is he going to be in competition for, right? Because it's 12 roster spots. They're doing this goofy thing this year where they're going to do like a round robin where it's like the 24 guys are going to be split into 8 teams. And then one of them's taking on the Rising Stars team. So, there's that whole thing that's going to go down. But I was trying to legitimately look, and I'm like, all right, who's in for the East, right? Like, if we figured it out right now, who is like, and I came down to it, if I go no repeats on teams for the starters, I go probably the way it's working out right now, the 4 spots that are for sure locked up are probably going to be Giannis, Tatum. I would guess Spida based on the Cavs being as good as they are, and probably Jalen Brunson, if I had to guess. There's a lot of other guys that, I was looking at the East and I'm like, all right, the Cavs and the Celtics are very likely going to get multiple All-Stars. So Jaylen Brown is going to be on the team. I'm trying to figure out who the second Cavalier is going to be because there's a good argument for Garland or for Evan Mobley, but I would probably lean Evan Mobley. And this is one of the things that I am a little worried about Herro getting screwed over on, is that the front court in the East is not very impressive, especially with Embiid being as banged up as he's been this year. He's not going to make the All-Star team, one would think, because of all his injuries. So if the Heat are only left with one All-Star, does that mean it's going to go to Jimmy or Banks? That's kind of what happened and why Tyler got screwed his 6-man year. Also, he was the 6-man, and they wouldn't give it to a 6-man, which was kind of bull bleep. But the only guy in the East, and I was trying to, you guys can go look up the numbers, and I tried to, look this over. If I'm missing somebody, hit me up, let me know. But the guys in the backcourt that he's going to have to deal with for spots are Jalen Brunson, I think, is probably going to get a starting spot. You got Lillard. Bucks are kind of starting to go. He averages more points, but it's pretty close. It's not a blowout. Cam Thomas is having a great year, but Tyler's a much more efficient player. He's on a better team. Tyrese Maxey, Tyler's better than this year. Tyrese Maxey's team stinks. He's missed games. So I feel like Tyler's got the leg up on him. Trae Young, scoring way down in the past years, but he leads the league in assists. Cade Cunningham has a case. LaMelo Ball has a case. Jaylen Brown's very likely getting in. They list him as a shooting guard. But there's not a lot of guys who you could just definitely say, no, Tyler, you can't. There's nobody Tyler Herro either you can't make a case for, or you can't even just flat out say he's that he hasn't been better than. As far as the backcourt's concerned, probably outside of Brunson. And then, obviously Jalen plays on one of the best teams. Spida plays on one of the best teams. So those guys are going to get spots. But I'm curious, do the Knicks get to, Karl Anthony Towns' numbers are kind of bananas, and I mentioned the front court thing, so the Knicks are probably going to get 2 representatives. But I'm just like, I think he's going to make it. I do think he's going to make it. The only thing that worries me is there's a lot of names. Like, for somebody like LaMelo Ball, right? His numbers are insane, but his team sucks. He's a very weird player. He's a fun player. I've said it. It's like going to an amusement park watching LaMelo Ball play basketball. Literally gets to do whatever he wants. But it's fun. And he's also very popular. So there are these questions you have, but I don't really think there's many guys right now who have like slam dunk cases against Tyler on the reserve side of things. If I had to guess, it's going to be Brunson, Spida, Tatum, Giannis, probably Jaylen Brown starting with him if I had to guess. If they just go like something like that. I don't really know what they consider Jaylen Brown, if they consider him, because I kind of think of him as just a wing, but they list him as a guard. Franz Wagner obviously getting hurt also. The Magic for sure deserves somebody, but now their 2 top guys are hurt, so that also threw a wrench into things. So just something to keep an eye on with the Tyler Herro thing. But, man, this is a huge one. Look, if you win a player of the week, it definitely has to put everybody on notice as like, hey, this guy's having a season. And, I hate to harp on this. I hate to harp on this because, I think everybody who watches me knows I hate the lack of respect the Miami Heat get nationally. I acknowledge perhaps a flaw in me, perhaps something I care about too much. I've been told this. I don't know what to tell you. I am what I am. But, I was, kicking it up today. I was like, let me watch. I've covered all the football bases. I watched my highlights. Same thing with the college. And, I'm like, let me watch a little. Let me see, because I'm fired up, about the Heat. Did anybody say anything about this nationally? Surely the Miami Heat beating the top team in the Eastern Conference and Tyler Herro coming off of another great performance and a swept homestand and the Heat on a 3-game win streak. Surely it must get a little bit of breakdown on NBA Today, National Basketball Association Today. You would think it's got to get some kind of run, does it not? No, because the bums won't talk about it. I mean, they threw the measliest crumb. They basically, this was NBA Today. All right. Welcome to NBA Today. Steph Curry. Should the Warriors trade for Jimmy Butler? No, they can't. All right, moving on. Lakers. LeBron, can he still do this? We'll be back with more on NBA Today. They come back from NBA Today. John Morant doesn't want to dunk. And then Tyler Herro had 34 points. The Heat beat him. But can the Cavaliers last without Evan Mobley? I'm like, are you kidding? That is the only mention this gets. The Evan Mobley ankle injury. That is what this gets. Not a Tyler Herro's on fire. Not a Miami Heat. Are they starting to get things figured out? Not any of this stuff. None of it. Can the Cavaliers survive without Evan Mobley? Can the Cavaliers survive without Evan Mother Bleepin' Mobley? Are you kidding me? That's the way we're going to go. This is the funny thing, though. Like, we always talk about, like, oh, the NBA doesn't have stars. They don't have guys that anybody wants to watch. Then it's like, oh, there's too many three-point shots. That's the most popular thing in this. This kid is oozing swag, hitting threes left and right. He's lit 2 third quarters on fire. No mention of him. Why? Why? You know, if this guy was a New York Knick, this would be all over the place. A Sixer, all over the place. A Laker. Look what you did as a network for 2 games of Dalton Connect. 2 games of Dalton Connect. Tyler Herro is going and doing this for an entire season. You should be talking about him as an all-star. And you brush it under the rug, and you're like, Evan Mobley, can they last without Evan Mobley? I think they're 24. I think they're 21, and now 4 record can last without Evan Mobley. Thanks for the discussion, ESPN. You rat bastards. Crazy, man. Spent more time discussing a fake Jimmy Butler trade and how it wouldn't work to the Warriors rather than Tyler Herro. Crazy, dude. And then I'm sitting here, we're watching CP3 cry on his 900th team. I mean, he's a legend. I don't mean to lash out at the CP3, the point guard, but I just got annoyed, dude. You're just catching a stray in this regard. I'll admit it. I'll admit it. This is the next one. They did a whole list of top 2-handed reverse dunks of all time. Like, you know what, dude? I have TikTok. I could figure it out, NBA Today. But listen, you're the sport is leaking popularity by the day. Let's continue to talk about 2011. Let's continue to talk about what happened if LeBron would have gone to the Bulls. Oh, what would have happened if the Big Three ended up in New York? Watch this Derrick Rose dunk from 14 years ago. This is NBA Today. This is NBA a decade ago. What would happen if Steph and LeBron teamed up? Thanks. Appreciate you mentioning Boy Wonder. ESPN. F***ing ass. Happy birthday, by the way, to Haywood Highsmith. He's awesome, too. This starting line has been crazy. I saw a stat from Rohan Nakarni from NBC, and I was like, what? That sounds like too good a stat to be true. But it was that the Miami Heat, this is crazy. Rohan tweets out, of the 26 NBA lineups that have played at least 100 minutes so far this season, the leader in net rating at 20.8 is Tyler Herro, Jimmy Butler, Duncan Robinson, Haywood Highsmith, and Bam Adebayo. That's crazy. Wild. How about that, dude? Spo, pushing them buttons, man. He's good. I know we get on him because we don't play the new thing enough, but gotta admit, the guy's been tinkering in the right way. That is true. That is true, and that is the case. So I don't know. Sorry, Tyler. The ESPN's not that you give a rat's ass. I actually liked what Tyler said yesterday. He was asked by Ethan Skolnick about what he's most proud of, and I thought it was such a banging answer from Tyler Herro, because he was just like, he didn't really have he's like, I'm not really proud of anything yet.
Tyler, obviously your numbers are way up, but through the first 22 games of the season, what are you proudest of so far this year? Personally,
nothing yet. Feels like a regular season for me. Obviously, just came in with a better mindset, so I'm just trying to stick to that and let it come to me. See what happens.
I love that, man. He's nothing yet. Just a regular season to me. Came in with a better mindset, which is 1,000% noticeable in just how he's carried himself in this lovely season that he's having. And not getting too high, not getting too low. Like, all the flowers are here. I'm sure he knows, like, people will be rats off a ship in the blink of an eye. So, but all that being said, he deserves all the good things that should come with what has happened with this season. And this was an impressive week. I want to just they're not playing until Thursday against the Raptors, revenge game, and that I think in these days leading up to it, we should appreciate, like, man, this kid has absolutely had a special year so far. Remember this time last year, he was out. He had the stupid ankle injury. And, this is definitely, it's nice to see him rewarded. I will also say I cannot get enough of the Tyler Herro old YouTube page mix-ups that have come out. Those things are friggin' hilarious. And it's so, whoever stumbled upon that, I don't know if it was a fan, a family member, whoever found that is so internet meme gold. I love it so much, and it is a delight. But Tyler Herro winning Player of the Week, first one to win it for the Heat since last January. Bam won one, and yeah, man, it was a great performance yesterday. The Lakers, the whole week, absolutely deserving.